My name is Samuel Osongo Tumini. My own group was founded in 1949. It's same Ogelempa, same Ojeslem. Those ones are found before our own. Now, if you go to the younger ones, we have something like Obiofule, Okweme, Waranya Marizu, we have all those names. We have a lot of them, about 5-3 groups again. So it's a tourism that is continuing. I have been there in 1949. So the younger ones are coming to take a place of the parents' body. As soon as the parents' body is trying to wash away, the younger ones take over. Take a look at 1949 to date, so many years. So we are still waxing strong. When you see on the scene, it's just like a competition. At times they give prize. There's prize for those who took first, second, and third. It is obvious that the Opobo movement of Nigeria, without missing word or fear of anybody, I'm ready. I'm also ready to take the first again. I took it last time. I also take it again.
Back at Opobo town, the jetties are getting packed with men, women, and
Repetition, they say, calls for emphasis. I'll repeat again, and I will emphasize on it. Language supersedes culture. Language is primary, or I say the nursery way to identify the people. Listen to me again, no? It is the language that people use to establish the tradition and the culture. Culture is secondary. So culture is dependent on your environment and the things you can adapt from the people around you. That's what culture and tradition becomes. What you will believe to be the reality. So before there is a culture, there's a communication. So if one of me and my brother here start this village, we must be communicating before we start saying, let's make shaking hands 3 times become our tradition. And our talk will go talk and before we come practice them. So language supersedes culture. Now this guy is asking me, why is it that the Opobo people say they speak Igbo? Yes, but according to that video, you see they speak Igbo, but he said they are practicing. I said, look at you. These guys are in the water area. You don't expect them to be doing masquerade like we in the land. And you must understand that the river past your place is not the same thing as living in an island, because asking me, why is the Onitsha people not doing canoe? No. Have you seen the Lokoja people in Kogi State? The river past Lokoja practicing the kind thing the Igbo people are practicing in Ondo or in Delta? No. That's two different people. These people are living in a water. Water surround them. Is an island. It's different from a river crossing over your place. Person can be in Asaba or in Onitsha without even nearing the river. Because the river is far for him, but he's in Asaba because the river no surround. But in those kind of communities, left, right, center, forward, back is river. So you must learn that culture. You must learn how to swim, to paddle canoe. The same thing, like if you go to Lagos now, people who live across the Badagry, as if you are going to Benin Republic, those guys are living in an island. So you don't expect them not to know how to paddle canoe, because that's the only means of transportation. They can't be learning bicycle. When there's a boat, there's a major means of transportation. Again, if you notice, cultures differ from land and topography. Your climate determines. In Anambra, they have hills. In Enugu, they have hills. So they do masquerade because they have caves, which is marching to is part of their culture. Here is a lowland in Anyoma. We don't do masquerade. Any masquerade you see in Delta, Igbo is a borrowed one. You know, Sammy, they use ogene as their major instrument in playing their tradition. Here, Isia, or what we call Ichaka, is our major instrument in our cultural dance. They play Oja in Igbo land. Here we play Akpele. Even though both of them are mouth organ, which our people are using to appease or speak the language of the ancestors or the gods. You must understand this.